Hi, this is Sachem Teen Services Librarian Miss Deborah, and for today's Mindful Monday, we are going to create this hula hoop rag rug. All you need is a hula hoop and about 12 to 14 old t-shirts. So let's start. Okay, so all you're going to need for this project is your hula hoop, about 12 old t-shirts, and a pair of scissors. So what you're going to want to do with the t-shirts is move this hula hoop out of the way. You're going to want to cut off the bottom hem because you don't need that part. And it doesn't have to be super neat because you're going to be stretching them out anyway. So just getting that hem off there. You don't need this little hem. But what you do need is the entire shirt all the way up to the armpits. And you're going to make those loops all the way up to the armpits. So, and you just want to make them about, as even as you can. If you want, you can sort of cut. For this, you're going to need about 12. Okay, so then once you have them all blocked out, you just neatly cut them like this. Little loops. And again, do they need to be beautiful? No, they do not. Okay, so now you've got this loop, okay? You want to stretch it out a bit. And then you're going to take one and you're going to put it around what you're making is like a loom. So then you do this. And then what you're going to do with the rest of them is you're going to make it like spokes. Okay, so now I've cut a bunch of the blue and I've made them into the spokes. So it should look like a wheel. And it's okay if the middle is a little wonky there. That's okay. So I'm going to start with some red. So what I'm going to do is you're going to take one of these, pieces of t-shirt, which you're now using you're going to weave, really. So you're not going to make a knot. What you're going to do is you're going to take a section and you're going to make a loop. So you're going to take, and then you're just going to loop, and you're going to put that loop in the center. Now, when you're weaving, you're going to weave under and over. When you're weaving, you don't want to make it too tight, or else when you undo everything, it's going to curl in. So you don't want to go too tight. So then I'm going to go under and then over. And I'm going under and over both looms here. Making sure it's as in the center as I can get it. So I go in under. So then this next one, I go over and under and over. So now you're probably wondering, why, Miss Deborah, are you doing this on Mindful Monday? Well, I'm doing this on Mindful Monday because I feel like it's something that can be soothing. Any repetitive motion, for me personally, is soothing. And so even the cutting of the t-shirts can be a soothing, repetitive thing. And it gives you time to just focus on yourself and on what you're doing with your very own hands. And just that repetitive of going under and over is really relaxing to me. Might I suggest, I love music. It's something that also gives me calm, and I just love it. Might I suggest putting on some music while you do your unders and overs? Put on some soothing music, any music that calms you down. You could put on some lo-fi. You could put on some relaxing alternative. Let's see, hold on a second. Let's see. See, it looks like because I was sitting here chatting with you, I wasn't paying attention. Hold on. I'm just going to go back a little bit. Okay, and now, so this one, we go under, and then over, and then under. Just kidding. Under, and then under, and then over. And then over. You do have to sort of pay attention to what you're doing, just so that it doesn't, that you're, you know, that you're going to be, you want to make sure it's uneven, which is why we only made 11 spokes instead of 12, because you want that uneven number. And you want to see that it's opposite of whatever you had just done. So if you're going under before, like you can kind of see like there's under, and so here's over. Now, when you get to the end of one of your, like you see, I got to the end. So all you're going to do is you're going to make one of those loops again, and then you're going to continue. So you just take another t-shirt, give it a little stretch, and you're just going to do, and you're just kind of looping it around like this. See? And then you get a little loop. And then you just continue on. So, like I said, I won't take up all of your time, but you can do different colors. And again, put on some soft music, something you can relax to. And just sort of take the time to make your loom and breathe. Keeping in mind, you don't want to pull too tight, because if you pull too tight, what will happen is your rug will cave in on itself, sort of. So you don't want to do that. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so now you can see that I've weaved my way around all the way. And so now I'm at the end. So I've got my last weaved piece. And then what you want to do is one of those little loopy things that you did all throughout to connect all of the t-shirts together. You're just going to do that around one of the spokes. So I'm going to do it around this spoke. So I've done the loopy thing. And then I'm just going to sort of kind of weave that in a little bit to the rug here. So just like so. So now it's time to make this so that it's not on a hula hoop anymore. So all you're going to do is you're going to cut, and then you are just going to sort of tuck it under, like so that there's two sides. And then you're just going to give it a knot. Not too tight, because again, you don't want it to curl in on itself. I would give it 2 knots just to be on the safe side. So then that's what you do. You just go around and you loop it around. This is the one I looped around before, but you loop it around and you tie a knot. All the way around. As you can see, mine got a little wonky, like it's much bigger here and smaller here. But when you are all finished with the, when you're all finished with it, what you could do is you can sort of stretch it to make it how you want it. Now, if you want these little guys on the end, you can leave them. If you like the little authentic feel of those, you can keep them, or you can just, you know, here we go. You can just cut them, and so that they're little knots without the little flags on the end, I guess. So, all right, I'll continue this. I'll be back. Okay, so now you see I've cut off all the hula hoop, and by the way, you can make as many as you want because your hula hoop stays, you know, stays in the hula hoop shape. So you can do as many of these as you want. As you can see, I you know, tied all of the ends together, and now I have this really nice little rag rug. Again, as I mentioned before, be careful because mine does curl up a little bit. So I just need to make sure it stays nice and flat. And so again, when you're weaving, just make sure you're not pulling too much because it will curl up when you undo them. So just be careful with that. Again, make sure that you have an uneven amount of spokes so that the weaving continues around, because if you have an even amount, it'll catch up with itself. So you want to be careful with that. And really you could just, you know, it's a cute little rug. You could put it at the bottom of the stairs. If my dog saw this, he would plop right down on it and it would be his bed, I bet. So that is how you make it. And just as a, you know, then you have all of these like pieces of t-shirts, or if you have extra t-shirts, there are so many things that you can do with recycled t-shirts. You can make dog toys, you can make bracelets, you can make all kinds of crazy things. A quick Google search will show you that. So I hope that this was fun for you, and I hope it was relaxing, and I hope you have a wonderful Mindful Monday. Bye.